Okay, I'm ready. Thanks, Peg. OK，仲有1分鐘就開始。Okay, let's start. So, welcome to this month's monthly vocab seminar by Cantonese Learning. I am Banana Lucy, and I go by Banana or teacher on the Subtle Cantonese Traits Discord. If those of you who have never joined before, happy to see you guys all here. Welcome. Let's jump to the next slide, and I just want to explain how this event works, because then we're going to be trying to cram as much as we can in 1 hour, and we want to make use of our time, and a lot of these words, a lot of this information is going to be really rough to all jam into our brain. So I'm trying to chunk it up as easy and digestible as possible. But aside from that, something that might help you guys is that if you guys are tuning in just on YouTube stream, we will be splitting up the class onto 2 platforms today. The first half, all the information is we put on the stream. The second half is going to be on the Discord. So if you guys haven't joined the Discord, or I guess haven't used the Discord in a while, we are quite active on Subtle Cantonese Traits Discord. If you guys jump over there, you guys would see a channel called Subtle Cantonese, so Subtle Canto Learning channel. It's a VC. Jump in there so you can stay muted. You can chat if you want. And I'll be keeping an eye on that channel's chat log. So if there's any questions that pop up, I'll try to answer them as we go along in the class. Now, the other thing is I also want to introduce our TA of the day, which is going to be Henry, who's mainly the one that's helping us out. So if you need any help, just tag @Henry and he will help you. If not, I'll also take time at the end of the slide to just review any questions. If not, we'll just keep chugging along and just see how much we can burn out. So the next thing I also want to explain is that aside from class guidelines, there will be a minute of silence for all the victims of Asian hate crimes, because then I would like to honor them in whatever way we can in this community. And after that, we review the vocabulary, our lesson plan of the day. We're going to have a Q&A session. After that, we're going to do a mini activity where we're going to do some translations of some helpful terms and some conversational stuff related to this. And then since that's all going to be on Discord, we'll just end it off with another Q&A and discussion. So feel free to join the Subtle Cantonese Traits Discord. You guys can check out the link at our link tree. I've put it all there, whether it is the Discord link, the slide deck link, the YouTube Live link. If you guys want to pass that around, that'd be excellent. And of course, always subscribe. Tune in to our Facebook, social media, Instagram posts. We do our best to update as regularly as possible. And we also try to bring as many events as possible. So if you guys never joined, this is an excellent time to start and look back at our previous stuff. So let's move on to the next slide. I know that a lot of you who have been in this one, just to give this a really quick, this is not a discussion or debate about policies or politics. Any disruptive behavior or inappropriate comments will get you removed from the session immediately. And please keep all the questions to text channel where TA, like I said, Henry, will address it, or we'll wait until the end of class for the slides and then I'll go through them. So if you need to talk during the discussion later at the second half, make sure you have set up the push to talk set up before class. So if you've never used that before, maybe get some help in the Discord, push to talk, and give yourself ample room to join the Discord if you've never joined before as well, since there is a 10-minute buffer time for you to actually see all the channels. And lastly, this resource is meant to purely help students with pronunciation and does not reflect the opinions of SCL Cantonese learning. So let's move on to the next one. Next slide, please. I am very happy to announce that our next event is going to be the Genshin Impact Vocab Seminar, and I think that's going to be mid-April. I haven't decided which Saturday, but probably the second or the third one, because we have some long weekends in there, because I'm a Canadian. And join our emailing list if you want to know that. So, or follow us on social media. And we are also recruiting if you want to join this passion project. Email us. We would love to have you on the team. Just chat with me. Happy to do so in my DMs anytime. And lastly, if you guys haven't supported me before, I also have a Ko-fi. But at this point, I also want to ask you guys also to support all the other victims that are happening around the world globally, whether it's locally in your area or in a place where you see a lot of hate crimes happening. So go ahead and support other people before me at this point. Let's go to the next link. And also on that note, I also want to share a quick note with everyone. It is an absolute privilege for me to be here and to host this seminar. And I know that this is a very difficult seminar for me to do, particularly because we just did a very happy event, which was our Lunar New Year Gala. And then to jump into this next, I don't even feel great about it, but I know that this is something that I would want to see happen in our community. But as someone who strives really hard to protect and also inspire everyone to learn more Cantonese, Chinese, and the culture and the history, I want to use this lesson tonight as a really, I guess, a really solid starting point for everyone to just go research, go find out what you never knew or what you've always wanted to learn or what you feel like you should learn. Just go whatever direction it is that takes you closer to understanding the Cantonese culture, the Chinese culture, the Asian American culture, and the history behind it. And where we got to the point now today in 2021, I really implore you guys to go look. I personally have been quite affected by, like, emotionally affected by the last, the last couple of months, but it really piled up in the last few weeks. We can chat about this later, but then this is just me from the bottom of my heart to everyone, that I hope you guys will actually just learn a little bit. You guys are all out here learning Cantonese tonight. You just want to take the next step and learn the history, learn the heritage, and learn the issues that everyone is facing right now in our community. So on that note, I just want to have a quick 1 minute of silence. Go to the next slide, please. And let's just have our 1 minute of silence right now to honor the lost souls in Atlanta and other areas of the world that have been deeply affected by the Asian hate crimes. Okay, thank you everyone for that 1 moment of silence. I really appreciate for doing that. And if you guys haven't already, please go support whatever way you can in the community safely. Help your elders. Help also spread the message to those who may not have English their English language might be a barrier to them. And I hope that this seminar will help our community and really, really redirect all our efforts in a positive and efficient way. Let's get started. Let's go to the next slide, please. So when I was started this, putting this together, I start looking into, what is the best translation of Stop Asian Hate, and hate crime being the first thing that I should define for everyone is 仇恨犯罪 hate crime。所有基於偏見動機，根據種族、國籍、宗教、性取向、殘疾、年齡、性別來選擇受害人的犯罪。Any crime committed with a bias and prejudice motive and select victims based on a particular race, nationality, religion, sexual orientation, disability, age, and gender. We'll take apart every single bit, and I will make sure that you guys walk away with as many words as possible, like in your brain, like both Cantonese and English. So let's go to the next slide. And to be honest, actually, before the Atlanta victims, I was actually struggling to explain. Okay, so why do we call 仇恨? In Cantonese one, the word is simply hun. So I start, going into the dictionary, going Google Translate. When I type in the word hate, this is what I get. But I don't think that it really shows why we have 仇恨. So I start looking into the word 仇, and 仇 is the word for a feud. So let's go to the next slide and let's look at what the different words of hate that there is. I don't want to linger on this so much because then when I was putting this together, I actually heard the news about the Atlanta victims and I was very devastated. So I'm not going to linger on the word hate, and instead I'm going to linger on the words love. But to quickly go through this, the first one is 憎恨, hate from detest. The next one, a deeper level of that, a stronger level, is 痛恨, which is the word pain, 痛恨. 怨恨 is hate from resentment. 憤恨 is hate from anger. 忌恨 is hate from envy, and then 仇恨 is hate from feud. So where you antagonize the other party and you've seen them, you've just positioned them that way too. So 仇恨 is the word 仇恨犯罪 or 仇恨罪惡, okay, hate crime. That's why it's being chosen for the word to describe hate crime. Let's go to the next slide. And in the next slide, I started looking at the words for hate in Chinese because I really looked into it. And I found a lot of stuff, a lot of interesting stories about like why we have the word nine and so and everything. But instead, actually, my mom stopped me. She was like, why are you even teaching this? You should be teaching them what like the word, love and 尊重 and respect is. So it really did pull me out of that kind of dark hole. And instead, this is what we're going to do tonight. We're going to spend a little bit of time and learn what Chinese define love as. So of course, love is 愛, but then 除咗愛之外呢, 我哋仲有個人字啦, which is benevolence and humanity. This is the very core Chinese concept, and the main part of this is because it's a core of Confucianism, and 人 呢, can be simply explained as love people, 愛人. Whenever you see the word 人 呢, you immediately see the word to in it. Next to the to, the radical the radical on the left is 企人邊啦, which is the word for person. So two people is the central of this word and essentially means the relationship between two people in society. Whatever that you have inside society, they mainly define it as parents and children, and then ruler and subject, mostly in Confucianism. You can look into this. There's actually a lot more into it, a lot more philosophical things, but just to simplify it, this is what I have for you today. And the reason why 人愛 is such a crucial point of Chinese definitions for love is because it really emphasizes on loving each other truly from the bottom of your heart and not relying on external reinforcements, not because of any pressure. And you must 有心底裏發自內心 from the inner of your heart to really love another person. So it's like love your neighbor. And to achieve 人呢, you also have to respect the rights and orders, which is 即係守禮 also, like the polite mannerisms and all the other like social hierarchy parts of it. So I know that a lot of people are also bringing up and also looking into Chinese society structure and then using it as like a basis to describe, like this is what Asians are, and then this is how we're also kind of breaking out of our stereotypes. But also that's why I want you guys to learn this, so you guys are able to find that definition for yourselves and not be defined by other people. Let's go to the next slide. The next slide, I have also a very common word that I'm sure has been definitely thrown around your entire life by your parents, which is how son. How son. How son is the word for filial piety. And originally, it meant loving and respecting everyone. 愛敬天下之人，信天下之人的美好德行。Following and going with the good actions of everyone's heart. Okay. Later, we do refer to this as taking care and serving your parents to the best of your ability and following the wishes of your parents. And we also use this as a colloquial term for respecting parents and elders and continuing this filial piety from generation to generation. But in the midst of all of our elders in our community being at risk to hate crime and violence, I really want to say that good job, everyone in the community. They did a whole house, and you guys are doing so well. And I'm so happy to see so many people younger than us, our age, people who are parents' age that are caring for people who have served our community for generations before us. Let's go to the next slide. 孝順. 之後呢, this word I chose specifically for everyone because not that it means specifically love, but because it means virtues, morals, and ethics. And 呢個德字呢 is the word that I hope that everyone will take away aside from 仁同埋孝順, because 德 is the word that we use to describe beautiful things. 美好嘅嘢. And aside from 美好嘅嘢呢, it's essentially virtue. And it also means to attain as well. In ancient literature, we also use this interchangeably with the word to attain or to ascend. So if you look at 個德字啦, on the radical side, it is 雙企人, which means 係個行字, 個雙企人啦. So it means to walk or to act, to go, 行. And then if you look at the little diagram that I have up there, if you look at the very first one on the left, so that's the original character from Shang Dynasty, which is the first dynasty of China. You'll see that it is a blob with a vertical line next to Goseng Kayan. So that blob with the vertical eye is actually, sorry, a vertical line, not a vertical eye. The blob is an eye, and the vertical line is actually indicates path, a straight path. So by the time, like in the Western Zhou dynasty, 西周嘅時候咧，德字咧 virtue means that you gotta act and walk and see on the right path, on the straight path, on the right path. By the time we got to the next dynasty, which is like Chun Chaola, spring autumn, it added the heart word to it. So not only do you have to be walking on the right path, your eyes on the right path, your heart also has to be on the right path. And that is how we see ethics and virtues and morals. So it's from noi to oi, no matter what we do, whether it is our heart, our actions, and what our eye sees, this is all, it all has to be one. And this is what I want everyone to take away today, that all day is something that I think we have all been doing really good, and that we can continue to do good for our community. Do the right thing, stand up for the right people, and see where the issues are. And of course, let's go to the next one. And the reason why I chose these three characters, ding ding ding, next slide please, 就係第一個就係仁義道德啦, benevolence and morality. This is a safety tier that I chose for everyone. You guys probably might have heard it when you guys watched some ancient history TVB dramas. The second word is 公德心. 公德心is a very important word that I think everyone should learn, because that's the reason why I chose the word 德, is because I want everyone to know what 公德心is, which is the ethics and respect and care for others in the public community. We use this word when we describe people that, put away their garbage, don't litter, help the grandma go across the street. Some people who are like give back and help the community and keep the community tidy. 冇公德心嘅人咧 are the people who litter, the people who don't do good to the community, who don't pick up after themselves, and those who push the grandma across the road, just push her into traffic. 嗰啲叫冇公德心. Pushing a grandma into traffic is more than 冇公德心，佢就想害人啦，係咪？ So the last word that I have for you in this is 尊重. 尊重 means respect. And just like 孝順啦、孝敬啦、尊重啦, these are all great words that I think that we can all take away from today and fill our hearts with a little bit more love and respect instead of just the word hate, because I'm sure we've all heard the word hate and hate crime so many times in the last couple weeks. So I'm going to leave at that, and then from this point on, let's look into how we can help equip our conversation, our Cantonese conversation, a little bit better when we want to describe the recent issues. So let's go to the next slide. So just to talk about the root, I know that I've talked about this previously in my BLM monthly vocab seminar like a year ago, but just to give everyone a quick rundown. Asians can be can be said in Cantonese as yo, yo. And if anyone who has questions or wants to take this lesson to the maximum extent, I ask you guys, don't feel shy. No one can hear you. Maybe people who have us with you, but say it aloud with me while you hear it, okay? And that would help you repeat really well. So, yo is Asians. Chinese is 華人. 華人. We can also say 中國人, Chinese people, and then 華人 is also what Chinese people like to call ourselves, okay? Model minority is 模範少數族裔. 模範少數族裔. American Anti-Chinese Exclusion Act. 美國華人法案. 美國華人法案. 美國 America 排華. 我頭先係咪講錯啊？美國排華法案頭先講咗美國華未講錯咗添 ，sorry。So 美國排華法案 American Anti-Chinese 排華 Anti-Chinese 法案 and that means act. The next box we have is Chinese exclusion 排華 排華 排係排斥個排啦 which means to exclude. The next word we have is anti-Chinese, which is 反華. 反華. 反華 also means anti-Chinese, but 反 means opposite or to oppress. So, sorry, yeah, to go against. So 反華 is anti-Chinese. 恐華. Third one, terrorize Chinese. 恐華. 恐嚇嘅恐means to scare or to terrorize other people. 恐華. And lastly, 仇華, antagonize. 仇華, 仇. 仇 is again the word for hate crime 個 hate 仇恨，跟住呢個就仇華 okay? So, got some basics down. Let's go to the next slide, guys. Any questions so far? Let me check the chat. Ding, ding, ding. Not sure if anyone is using it.冇 OK 好正簡簡單單 OK 咁我哋繼續咯喎 So the event or incident we can say is 事件 We can use this word and you guys will hear this. So this list is actually a very helpful list that I put together not only for Asian hate crimes, but actually a very helpful list whenever you want to describe an incident and you guys are listening to the news. These are all words that you will hear on Cantonese news. 事件, event or incident. 遭遇, encounter, misfortune. 遭遇. So another noun. Victim, 受害人. 受害人, victim. Witness, 目擊者. 目擊者. We can also alternatively say 證人. 證人. And 證人 is witness. 目擊者 is the witness, but 目擊者 means that someone who saw the entire thing. Like eyewitness. 目擊 because 목격을 means to see with your eyes. Next one is bystander,旁觀者, 旁觀者. So 旁觀者咧, 個觀字咧 also means to see, but more means observe. And means side. So observe from the side. Person who observed from the side. Bystander, 旁觀者. So in English, normally we say bystander as someone who didn't do anything. 旁觀者 in Chinese is also the same, but then when you use it in like a non, like, you know, like something outside of like an incident unfolding, like maybe someone who's just watching someone play like a mahjong game, then when you say, oh, that person watching a mahjong game, he's a 旁觀者. If it's someone that saw a car crash and then like, and he didn't do anything, he just walked away, then yes, he is also a 旁觀者, because then he's a bystander in that way. Okay, so there's a little bit different connotation in Chinese with this Chinese compared to English. So next one, self-defense. 自衛. 自衛. Really put your tongue behind your teeth close together. 自衛. You know, sharpen that Z sound. 自. Prevent or to defend, which is 防範. 防範. It can be a noun or a verb. 防範. 我對呢樣嘢好有防範. I have a lot of defense about this. You can also say that like 有防範, 我防範. Okay. Next one. Face or confront. 面對. Okay. And last one on this list, experience. 經歷. Okay, so next slide, please. Let's go on. Keep on going. So we can describe the hate crime definition a little bit further here. And the first one, race, is 種族. Ethnicity is 族裔. Gender is 性別. Sexual orientation, 性取向. Language, 語言. Religion, 宗教. Food, 食物. Okay. Next slide, please. Okay. Give me one moment, okay? We're going to take a quick break because then we're just going to fix the stream. Give us a few moments. Oh, okay. Yay, we're all good. Okay, so let us continue. Now, some of this stuff that is happening. Oh, do I see the next slide? Oh, is it frozen? Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. It's the right slide. This took a while for the YouTube to catch up. So let's describe hate crime that has been happening. And first one is cough. 咳嗽. Okay, don't forget the T. 咳嗽. Spit on. 吐口水. And then 口水 is saliva. Okay. Bodily harm. 身體傷害. So 我哋當然啦，都可以講傷害 means like someone's harming me, someone's hurting me. 但係如果想講清楚 I want to say clearly that oh it's happening to my body 咁啊加身體 OK assault is 毆打 attack is 攻擊 We can also say attack or assault as 襲擊 as well 襲擊 Okay and last one threaten is 威脅冇錯啦 Okay so let's go on to the next slide any questions so far Hi everybody Okay so some other things that have been happening unfortunately to our community is also destroy 破壞 Destruction of property is 財產損壞財產is property 財產 because then 財 means money and then 產 is like goods 財產損壞咧 means to destroy or to diminish 損壞 or to break Graffiti the next one 塗Workplace discrimination 職場歧視冇錯啦 So 職場啦 workplace 歧視咧 is discrimination Refusal of service this one's a little bit long 在營業場所被拒絕服務在營業場所被拒絕服務 So let's break this down a little bit 在營業場所咧 means at a business place or at anything that is I guess a shopping center or a store anything that is selling things because then 營業咧 means a place that you sell like 營業場所被拒絕服務咧 is refusal of service 服務 is service 被拒絕 is to be refused so at a business place or at 營業場所被拒絕服務冇錯啦 So next one is also a little bit long as well and is online abuse and misconduct So 網上侵害與不端行為網上咧 is online 侵害 is abuse or abuse or harassment 跟住與咧 is the word for and 不端行為咧 is misconduct so 網上侵害與不端行為咁我哋可以學咗啲咁深嘅字可以咧 see begin a sentence okay 陣間 Okay let's go to the next slide Awesome so continue to discriminate and we can also of course talk about this in Q&A if you guys have any questions just type in the chat so discriminate shun and exclude like mentioned before it is 排斥 okay 排華都係用呢個字排斥呢個字 okay 所以先有排華 that combination to avoid is 迴避 or retreat this also means to avoid or to retreat 迴避 to avoid and to take a detour is 繞行 verbal harassment is 語言騷擾語言啦 is verbal it means language verbal oral 語言騷擾咧 is harassment someone's bothering you someone's harassing you 騷擾 insult is 侮辱 And lastly, verbal abuse is yok ma, yok ma. Let's go to the next slide, guys. Moving along quite quickly. I like this progress. So this is fan baby. So just in case if anyone has to describe a hate crime, or if you guys are listening to news, you guys want to listen to Cantonese news and improve your listening comprehension, strongly recommend everyone to start from something that is easy to pinpoint in each sentence, and that is location. So let's use this as a learning opportunity. And for crime location, there has been quite a lot. We can use how, how. School. Preschool is 幼兒園，幼兒園。Public transportation 公共交通，公共交通。交通 is transportation，咁即係公共咧 is public。University is 大學，大學。你知道大學 university，咁我哋知道小學同中學係乜嘢啦，係咪？小學 is primary school and 中學咧 is high school. Workplace. Workplace is 工作場所，工作場所。Workplace. 咁當然啦，頭先我哋學咗個字職場咧，職場 discrimination, right? 職場歧視. We can also use that as an alternative to workplace as well. 職場 also means workplace. Private home is 私人住宅，私人住宅。Use this to describe our home or our house. We don't say, oh, 我嘅私人住宅. A little awkward. Use this to describe if we're describing a private home, a personal home, or if you guys watch the news, you guys will use this to describe a home. Or if you guys are maybe like looking at some real estate stuff, 私人住宅 for sale. That might be a little bit more more actual ways that you guys hear this use of this vocabulary. 私人住宅. Let's go to the second line, second column, which is supermarket. 超市. 超市. I don't know if anyone knows what the the long form of 超市is, but it is ding 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 超級市場. Supermarket. 超級市場. 咁我哋簡稱超市啦. Store is 鋪頭，鋪頭， and there's many ways to say store, so challenge you all to whoever's watching right now, go find out other ways to say store or shop and learn more, okay? Shopping center is 商場，商場。Street is 街道，街道。Like store, there's a couple ways to say street as well, and I challenge you guys to go find other words too, okay? Now, pedestrian path is 行人道，行人道。行人 means pedestrian, and path is 道，行人道, or pedestrian way. Last one on this list is park. 公園，公園。園 means garden, and 公 means public, just like in public transportation. 公共交通，咁我見到 public garden 咧就係 park 啦，公園。係咪好簡單咧？ Okay, let's go to the next slide, please. This one is to help everyone discuss racism, feelings and experiencing, and I hope that this is very helpful for everyone, because having these discussions are not easy, especially when we're talking to people outside of our most comfortable language, which most of us is English. So for this one, let's start. To feel is 感受，感受。To have the same feeling is 身同感受，身同感受。Which means my body feels the same as you. 身同感受. Or I feel the same as you. tried is 試過 see or previously experienced is 經歷過經歷過 and like last word tried 試過咧，咁我哋要talk about past tense, right? So difference between very quickly 試咗同試過咧 is 試過咧 happens a lot farther before in the past, whereas 試咗 is more recent. So 經歷咗 is experience. 經歷過咧 I previously experienced, like a little more farther back into timeline, okay? Next one, to think or believe in. 認為 sympathy 同情 suppress 抑制 usually 抑制 is to suppress like objects. If we're talking about suppressing feelings, 咁我哋可以講抑壓 okay? Because an 壓 is a word for pressure, which is you're suppressing your feelings with the pressure. So 抑壓, okay? To exclude again is 排斥 Okay, let's go to the next slide. Oh, last slide I'm going to leave you guys with, before we do some other activities, is 行動動詞 action verbs. So 行動 is action. Call is 呼籲, but this is not the call that we're saying. Simply, I call you or 打電話, not kind of call. This is call as in like to call out for action, that kind of call. 呼籲 Okay, 好多筆畫個語字，呼籲 Report is 報導 Okay, 報導 So report as a news report. Okay, 新聞報導都要有報導 Voice out or to speak up is 出聲冇錯啦 To donate is 捐錢 Protect is 保護 Take care is 照顧 Okay, excellent. So let's head on to the next slide. And we are at questions. Is there any questions so far?冇問題咁簡單 Are you guys all going to use this in your offline lives? You guys are all very comfortable using these words? Any questions that you would like me to go over? If anyone who is watching this after the live, you guys are going back to this, drop a comment or we don't check comments to be honest because we don't really get any, but email us, our inbox. We always get through our inbox. So email us at SCLcantonese@gmail.com. Alternatively, you are all also welcome to join the Discord Learn Canto channel, and I also answer questions there as well. If there are no questions, where can we get the slides? So the link tree has the slides. I posted it, but I will also drop the link tree in the Discord as well. And the slides all have recorded audio for them. So if you want to hear the playback of each vocabulary, you don't have to necessarily go to this YouTube video live again. Go to the PowerPoint. If you want a little bit more explanations, then that's where the live is for. But if you want to help us out, you want to show us that we have your love and support, feel free to play this video in the background so we get more views. And eventually we can get to the point where we have 1,000 subscribers and start monetizing on YouTube. That'd be great. Oh, Henry's dropping the slide and the link in the channel, in the chat log. Okay, so if there are no other questions, the other activity that I saved for everyone is actually going to be taken off to the Discord. So we will not be hosting the activity on the YouTube stream. Instead, we'll be hosting on the Discord. So you guys are all welcome to join me in the Subtle Canto Learning Discord BC right now. But before you go, I have a Google form just for feedback, just to see where everyone is and how you guys got the message and stuff like that. General improvement. Check out the feedback form here. Please fill it out, and we will see you on Discord. Home. Okay, see everyone on the Discord. Bye, guys.